Back to school on this Wednesday morning. It is that time of year again when pupils are heading back to the classroom, and for some, well, for many, it is their very first time in a classroom. Now, every year, parents need to cough up a little bit more for uniform, stationery and school fees.
And of course, we know that list keeps getting longer and longer. Now, our colleague, ENCA reporter Heidi Jokers, is joining us now in the studio to tell us what she's been discovering as she's been going around in terms of the cost of schooling nowadays, from the fees to stationery and all kinds of things you might need from day one. Morning, Heidi.
Morning. I must say it was a really exciting time for me yesterday. I don't know when last I shopped for stationery, especially grade 1. But we took a list from a random school for a grade 1 stationery list, and we were quite shocked to see some of the stuff that is actually required for a grade 1 learner. And the whole purpose of this was to figure out why parents need to cough up so much for stationery, given the fact that they need to pay for school fees as well. And some of the worries and concerns was that you have to pay for toilet paper, buy toilet paper, tissues, and some detergents and stuff. But we did speak to the Departments of Education about this as to why especially grade 1 learners need to pay and need to cough up so much and so much stationery.
Is this standard on a list? I mean, things like toilet.
I mean, this is not it, but
there's more.
There's a lot more.
Tissues, I can understand. Okay, a little bit, but toilet paper, you would think that a school provides that. Sweets. I don't know.
Yeah, so the sweets are the sweets are for maths. Apparently they're used to count. They learn to count. I hope they don't snack on them.
Why are you looking at me smart when you say sweets? Learning how to count.
I hope they don't snack on them.
But those sweets end up somewhere, I'm sure, by the end of the counting.
There'll be minus lots.
But the question, I think, is it standard across schools that the grade 1, these are grade 1s?
Yeah. Grade 1, yes.
You took a random list from some schools.
Yes.
That on top of the stationery, the writing material, the pens, the crayons and stuff, you also need this kind of material.
So I think what came out of this experience was the fact that it's all about the exploring and using different kind of tools and mechanisms to learn. So for example, the Play-Doh, learning different shapes in grade 1, the jelly tots, learning how to count. Hopefully it doesn't end up in the mouth, but the paints. And I mean, this is we went as far as speaking to the departments and saying, why is all of this needed for grade 1? I mean, surely that's where it starts. It's just the basics. But this is how, they're trying to get grade 1 learners in the beginning of school to use different ways to learn. And that's why the dough comes in.
This, it's not, you said it's not everything, but how much did you spend?
Yeah.
How much did I spend?
All of this year.
So I got 4 plastic bags and I spent 800 Rand, and I had to leave 3 items behind because I didn't have enough money. And that was the pencil case that was left behind, another box of tissues, and gum paper that a grade 1 pupil needs.
Gum paper?
Gum paper. So it's different color papers that
you
they
also bought some scissors. Did you buy some scissors?
Yes, I did. Here's the scissors.
Okay,
and they needed 20 HB pencils. So
HB pencils.
20 of them. Not even
bucks.
800 bucks.
Play-Doh.
Play-Doh.
800 Rand. That's quite.
And that's not even the school bag. That's not the.
This isn't before you even pack anything into
the
a lunch box or giving some money
Wow.
to somebody else, those who can afford. Of course, there are other schools that government is feeding. The feeding schemes are there, but other schools are not.
So it just goes to show that it's really expensive. And I mean, this is just the start of school. Imagine what happens.
And my big question is why? Why the toilet? Things like toilet paper and things like that. Why would that?
But thank you very much, Heidi. Now we get a sense,
insightful.
and we're going to give viewers a sense, those who might not know what it takes to prepare for day 1, especially for first time.
And this will only last you a few weeks, not even.
No wonder you cry.
This is only for term 1.
No wonder you cry when you leave your
one
child on first day,
Well,
after all of that.
After all of that, you're crying, not the kid. You can leave the jelly tots, but you can take anything else with you. Okay, thanks very much, Heidi Jokers.
Thank you, Heidi Jokers.